Have you noticed your favorite armchair is getting just a little bit harder to stand up from? Or maybe you felt that nagging sense of weakness in your legs when you tackle a flight of stairs, a feeling that wasn't there a few years ago. You might chalk it up to just another birthday, another part of getting older. But what if I told you it's not that simple? What if a common, everyday ingredient, one that millions of Americans turn to believing is the healthy choice, is silently working against you, systematically draining the strength from your muscles? It's a frustrating feeling, isn't it? You try to eat right, maybe you go for walks, you do what you think you're supposed to do, but that power in your legs, your foundation, the very thing that keeps you mobile and independent, seems to be slowly slipping away. It's not just in your head, and it's not an inevitable part of aging. There is a hidden culprit in our food supply, a wolf in sheep's clothing, that could be a major reason why you feel weaker, more tired, and less stable on your feet. In this video, we are going to unmask the #1 sweetener that has been linked to accelerated muscle loss, especially after the age of 60. We're going to dive into exactly how it wages war on your body, and most importantly, I'm going to give you a clear, simple plan to fight back, to reclaim your strength, and to build a body that can carry you confidently for decades to come. Before we jump in, if staying strong, active, and living life on your own terms is a priority for you, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and click that little notification bell. We focus on the kind of practical health wisdom for seniors that you rarely hear anywhere else. And I'm always curious to see where our community island. Are you watching from the sunny coasts of Florida, the mountains of Colorado, or maybe the heartland in Ohio? Drop a comment below and let me know where you're from. It's a wonderful thing to see how many of us are on this journey to better health together. All right, let's get to it. The culprit we're talking about today is an artificial sweetener. And the #1 offender, the one most widely used and studied for its potential negative effects, is aspartame. You know it by its brand names, NutraSweet, Equal, or maybe you see it listed as E950. 1 inch is the ingredients list. For decades, we've been told it's the perfect solution for people who want to cut down on sugar, especially for diabetics or those trying to manage their weight. 0 calories. It sounds like a dream, right? A free pass to enjoy sweetness without the consequences. But the science is beginning to tell a very different and much darker story. It turns out what your body does with this chemical compound is a world away from what it does with a spoonful of sugar. And the consequences, especially for our muscles as we age, can be devastating. First, let's talk about where this sneaky ingredient is hiding. It's not just in those little blue packets on the restaurant table. Aspartame is in over 6,000 products worldwide. It's the sweetener in most diet sodas. It's in sugar-free yogurts, flavored water, sugar-free puddings and jello, chewing gum, breath mints, many cereals, and even in some vitamins and prescription medications. It's everywhere. Many people consume it multiple times a day without even realizing it, all while thinking they're making a healthy choice. So, what happens when this chemical enters your body? This is where it gets serious. Unlike sugar, which your body recognizes as a fuel source, aspartame is broken down into 3 different components. 2 amino acids called aspartic acid and phenylalanine, and a third, more troubling substance, methanol. Yes, methanol, it's a type of alcohol, but it's not the kind you find in a glass of wine. It's a toxin. Your body, in its effort to get rid of this toxin, converts the methanol into formaldehyde. Now, that's a word you've probably heard before. It's used for embalming. It's a known carcinogen and a substance that is profoundly damaging to living tissue. Now, the food industry will tell you the amount is very small, similar to what you might find in a glass of fruit juice, but there's a crucial difference. In fruit, the methanol is bound to pectin, a fiber that allows it to pass safely through your system. In aspartame, the methanol is free. It gets absorbed directly into your bloodstream, ready to be converted into formaldehyde and cause trouble. Imagine you're letting a guest into your home. A guest from fruit juice arrives with a chaperone who makes sure they behave and leaves promptly. The guest from aspartame arrives alone, unchaperoned, and immediately starts breaking things. That's the difference. This free methanol and its conversion to formaldehyde is the first major blow against your muscles. This process triggers something called massive oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as biological rust. Just like rust weakens and corrodes metal, oxidative stress damages and weakens your cells, including your precious muscle cells. As we age, our bodies are already dealing with a natural increase in oxidative stress. It's part of the aging process. When you add a chemical that pours gasoline on that fire, you are dramatically accelerating the breakdown of your tissues. Your muscle cells, which are constantly trying to repair and rebuild themselves, are now under constant attack. They become damaged faster than they can be fixed. This leads directly to sarcopenia, which is the medical term for age-related muscle loss. It's not just that your muscles get smaller, they get weaker, less functional, and infiltrated with fat. This oxidative stress is like a steady, silent poison, making your muscles old before their time. But the damage doesn't stop there. The second way aspartame sabotages your strength is by attacking your cellular power plants. Inside every single one of your muscle cells, you have tiny little engines called mitochondria. These are the powerhouses. They take the food you eat and the air you breathe and turn it into the energy your muscles need to do everything from getting out of a chair to walking to the mailbox to hugging your grandchildren. Your strength, your stamina, your very vitality depends on how well your mitochondria are working. And what's the number one enemy of your mitochondria? The oxidative stress we just talked about. The formaldehyde created from aspartame is particularly destructive to these tiny engines. It's like pouring sugar into the gas tank of your car. It gums up the works, damages the machinery, and causes the engine to sputter and fail. When your mitochondria are damaged, they can't produce enough energy. The result is a deep, profound fatigue at a cellular level. It's that feeling of being completely wiped out, where your legs feel like they're made of lead. It's not just tiredness from a busy day, it's a fundamental lack of power from the very source. You can be eating all the right foods, but if your cellular engines are broken, you can't turn that fuel into horsepower. Your muscles are literally being starved of energy, making them weak, sluggish, and slow to recover. So we have oxidative stress causing rust, and we have mitochondrial damage causing a power failure. The third piece of this puzzle is inflammation and the gut. We're now learning that the health of our muscles is directly connected to the health of our gut. Your digestive system is home to trillions of bacteria, a delicate ecosystem that influences everything from your mood to your immune system. Studies have shown that artificial sweeteners like aspartame can wreak havoc on this ecosystem. They can kill off the good bacteria and allow the bad bacteria to flourish. When your gut is out of balance, it can lead to something called leaky gut, where the lining of your intestines becomes more permeable. This allows toxins and undigested food particles to leak into your bloodstream, which your body sees as an invasion. Your immune system goes on high alert, creating chronic low-grade inflammation throughout your entire body. Think of this inflammation as a constant state of emergency. Your body is always fighting a small fire everywhere. And what does this have to do with your muscles? Everything. When your body is inflamed, it's much harder for your muscles to repair and grow. The inflammation also directly contributes to joint pain. If your knees, hips, and back are always aching, you're not going to feel like moving. You become more sedentary, and when you don't use your muscles, you lose them even faster. It's a vicious cycle. The aspartame disrupts your gut creates inflammation, the inflammation hurts your joints and weakens your muscles, and the pain makes you less active, leading to even more muscle loss. So let's connect this science to the real-world symptoms you might be experiencing. It's not just about weakness. Have you noticed more unexplained muscle cramps or twitches, especially at night? The breakdown products of aspartame can interfere with your nervous system's ability to communicate properly with your muscles, leading to these misfires. What about dizziness or a feeling of being unsteady on your feet? Your balance is a complex dance between your inner ear, your vision, and the feedback your brain gets from the nerves in your muscles and joints. When your muscles are weak and the nerve signals are scrambled, your balance is one of the first things to suffer. This is critically important because poor balance leads to falls. And for a senior, a fall can be a life-altering event. Many people blame these symptoms on age or other medications without ever suspecting the diet soda they drink every afternoon. I know this is a lot to take in, and it might be a bit shocking, especially if you've been using these products for years with the best of intentions. Please do not feel guilty. You were doing what you thought was right based on the information you had. But remember our mantra, knowledge is power. Now you have new information. If what you're hearing is resonating with you, if it's making sense, please take a second to tap that like button. It lets me know that this information is important and helpful, and it helps the video reach other seniors who need to hear this message to protect their health. So, what do? This is the most important part. We don't just sit in the problem, we find the solution. And the solution is empowering and completely within your control. The first step is to become a label detective. For the next week, I want you to make a conscious effort to read the ingredient list on everything you buy or consume, especially the products that are labeled sugar-free, diet, light, or 0 calorie. Look for the words aspartame. Look for the brand names, NutraSweet or Equal. Look for the code number, which is sometimes used in Europe but can show up here, E951. Check your yogurt, your coffee creamer, your powdered drink mixes, your chewing gum. You might be stunned at where you find it. This isn't about judging yourself, it's about awareness. You can't fight an enemy you can't see. Your first mission is simply to identify where this chemical is entering your life. Once you've identified it, the second step is the swap. We need to replace this muscle-wrecking chemical with sweeteners that your body understands and that don't come with this toxic baggage. And thankfully, we have some wonderful natural options available today. The first and most popular is stevia. Stevia is derived from the leaves of a plant native to South America. It has 0 calories, doesn't raise blood sugar, and has been used for centuries. When you buy it, look for pure stevia extract or products that use stevia without a lot of other weird fillers. A few drops or a tiny scoop is all you need, as it's much sweeter than sugar. Another fantastic option is monk fruit. This is a sweetener extracted from a small, round fruit grown in Southeast Asia. Like stevia, it's natural, has 0 calories, and has no effect on blood sugar. Many people prefer the taste of monk fruit, finding it has less of an aftertaste than stevia. It's a wonderful choice for your morning coffee or tea. There's also a sweetener called allulose, which is becoming more popular. It's technically a rare sugar found naturally in things like figs and raisins. It tastes remarkably like table sugar, but has almost no calories and is not metabolized by the body, so it doesn't impact your blood sugar or insulin levels. And let me say a word about real old-fashioned sugar, honey, or maple syrup. We've been so terrified of sugar for so long that we ran into the arms of these chemical alternatives. But here's the truth. In moderation, a small amount of a real unrefined sweetener is far, far better for your body than a synthetic chemical. Your body has a system for processing sucrose or fructose. It knows what to do with it. It does not have a system for processing formaldehyde. So, if the choice is between a teaspoon of raw honey in your tea or a packet of Equal, choose the honey every single time. We're not talking about eating cakes and cookies all day. We're talking about a small amount of sweetness from a real food source. The enemy here isn't a teaspoon of real sugar. It's the chemical imposter you've been told is the healthy choice. Now, for the third and most exciting step, fueling the regrowth. Once you remove the substance that's tearing your muscles down, you need to provide the building blocks to build them back up. And the number one building block for muscle is protein. As we get older, our bodies actually become less efficient at using the protein we eat. This means we need to consume more of it than we did in our younger years just to maintain the muscle we have, and even more to build new muscle. Think of protein as the bricks needed to repair and build your muscle house. You can't build a strong wall without enough bricks. Aim to have a good source of protein with every meal. What does that look like? It could be eggs or plain Greek yogurt for breakfast. It could be a piece of grilled chicken or salmon on your salad at lunch. It could be a hearty lentil soup or a lean steak for dinner. Good sources include fish, poultry, eggs, lean red meat, beans, lentils, and high-quality dairy. Next, you need to bring in the muscle-supporting minerals, especially magnesium. Magnesium is involved in over 300 processes in the body, including muscle contraction and relaxation. It's crucial for preventing cramps and helping your muscles function smoothly. Many of us are deficient in this vital mineral. You can find it in almonds, cashews, spinach, avocados, black beans, and even good quality dark chocolate. And finally, something so simple we often overlook it: water. Your muscle tissue is about 75% water. When you're even slightly dehydrated, your muscles can't function properly. They feel weaker, you're more prone to cramps, and your energy levels plummet. Sometimes that feeling of fatigue and weakness is simply your body's cry for hydration. Forget the diet sodas and flavored waters sweetened with aspartame. Make pure, clean water your primary beverage. So, let's quickly recap our game plan for reclaiming your strength. Step 1. We become label detectives and identify every place aspartame is hiding in our diet. Step 2. We swap that chemical culprit for natural, safe sweeteners like stevia, monk fruit, or even just a small amount of a real sweetener like honey. And step 3. We flood our bodies with the good stuff, the muscle-building bricks of protein, the muscle-relaxing power magnesium, and the essential hydration of water. Remember, this isn't about achieving perfection overnight. It's about making small, consistent choices that add up over time. It's about taking back control from the giant food companies that have been selling us a bill of goods for decades. Growing older is a privilege, but feeling frail and weak is not a mandatory part of that journey. You have the power to change your trajectory. I know this can feel like a mountain to climb. You see these changes in your body, you feel a little less steady on your feet, a little more tired each day, and it is so easy to fall into despair and just accept it. But I need you to hear this loud and clear. Your body possesses an incredible innate ability to heal and rebuild, no matter if you're 65, 75, or 85. Every single time you choose a glass of water over a diet soda, every time you choose a piece of fruit over a sugar-free pudding cup, you are casting a powerful vote for a stronger, healthier, more vibrant you. You are literally building a better, more independent future for yourself, one meal at a time. Now, I truly want to hear from you. Was this information about aspartame a surprise to you? Have you ever suspected that these diet products might not be so healthy after all? Or perhaps you've already cut it out of your diet and have a story to share about how it made you feel. Please share your thoughts, your experiences, and your questions in the comments section below. I read them, and your story might be the one thing that inspires another person in this community to make a change. If this video opened your eyes or gave you a piece of valuable information you can use, please do me a favor and hit that thumbs up button. It means the world to me, and it tells YouTube to share this important message with more seniors who need to hear it. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and be sure to turn on all notifications. We have so much more to share about thriving in your golden years, and I don't want you to miss a thing. And one last thing before you go. If you are with me, if you are committed to checking your labels and taking back your strength, I want you to type "I'm in" the comments. Let's make a public declaration together that we choose strength over weakness and health over convenience. Thank you so much for your time and your trust. Stay strong, stay curious, and remember, your independence is carried by your legs. Let's make them as strong as they can be.